How's it going, everyone? This is the Anime Man. 1, 2, another. Oh shit. We're back with another episode. If you guys don't know what this is a weekly Q&A segment that I do where I answer the questions that you guys ask over on Twitter using the hashtag AnswerMeSenpai, or leave them in the comments section of the previous Answer Me Senpai episode, which I've left in the description below. The sun is shining, the birds are chirping, and today is a good day. So without further ado, let's get going. Hey Joey, do you ever use anime/manga sites, or do you buy everything you read or watch? When it comes to manga, I much prefer to hold the physical book. Like, I can't read manga online. There's just something about like being on a screen. It hurts my eyes. Like, I can't even read Kindles, like any kind of books, regardless of if it's manga, like comics or like novels or anything. I need to hold the book, like the physical book. Also, it's just nice to like buy the manga, especially since it's cheap over here to buy manga, and you know, it's a good way to support the creators. And concerning anime, it's a little bit more difficult to buy anime because for one thing, it's fucking expensive. So yes, I do use online sites. Most of the time I actually use Crunchyroll if I can, because Crunchyroll is usually the best way to support creators. Are you a top or bottom? I'm a bottom. I much prefer the bottom bunk when we're sleeping on a bunk bed. Yeah, that's what you're asking, right? Hey Joey, do you play any mobile games or games on handheld devices? If so, what are they? When it comes to handheld devices, I have a 3DS and a PS Vita, so I play that a lot of the time. But when it comes to mobile games, I mean, you know, I think everyone was in that Candy Crush stage when it first came out. So, I mean, every now and then when I'm like really bored, I play, you know, Candy Crush and like other, you know, dumb little, you know, mobile games and all that, but I don't play that as much anymore. Most of the time I just play on my 3DS or my PS Vita. Do you wanna build a snowman? It's hot. No. How many asses do you slap in a day? Not enough. When are you going to watch Boku no Pico episode 3? I'm actually going to be watching it with my buddies Noble, Misty, and Aki at Anime Expo this year. That's right, we're going to Anime Expo. I don't know if I announced that already, but myself, Misty, Noble, Aki, as well as a whole other bunch of my personal YouTube friends and other awesome YouTubers will be at Anime Expo. So come and meet us, I guess. Can you do the Running Man challenge with Shine? Oh great, another fucking ridiculous fad on the internet that I have to keep up with. Alright, well, let's look it up because I don't know what the fuck this is. What is your favorite song or a song you can't stop listening to at the moment? I've been really getting myself back into like early Red Hot Chili Peppers. I don't know, it's just, I used to love like, you know, their Californication album and their Stadium Arcadium album, and like, just, I don't know man, like early Red Hot Chili Peppers, I've kind of got back into it. Joey, have you fed your lolly today? Wait a sec, hold on. Yo, hold up a minute. You're supposed to feed your lolly? Are you adopted? I wish I was. What's your favorite type of bleach? So I can buy it for you. That's how much I love you. No homo or hetero. My favorite type of bleach is the bleach that didn't fuck up in the Aizen arc. Why do weeaboos exist? Because internet. What the hell are we doing with our lives? Well, the moment you ask that question, you already lost the game. Joey, what application do you use to edit your videos? I use this thing called and forgive me if I pronounce this wrong, computer? Are you into futas? Futas being futanaris, as in girls with penises. The answer being a hell yeah. Give me all them dear girls. Do you ever feel treated differently in Japan since you're not full Japanese? Yes, but not because I'm not full Japanese, it's because I don't look Japanese. A lot of my Japanese friends and Japanese people that I have met here in Japan have always said that, you know, I'm a little bit hard to approach because, you know, I don't look like a Japanese person. But the moment I start speaking in Japanese, they open up to me very easily because, you know, I think it's that first wall that they have to break of, you know, like aesthetics. Like, you know, they treat me like a fellow Japanese person because I can communicate with them just as easily as a Japanese person. But I mean, you know, just me physically, like with the beard and the weird colored hair, and when I'm outside I wear sunglasses a lot, I look like a complete fucking gaijin. If you had to give your character a backstory, what would it be? You see, back in the day, the Anime Man, he, you know, while he had his suit on, he actually had black hair, just like me. You know, he was just a regular young spunky lad who worked as an employee at a bleach factory. And everybody really respected him at the bleach factory because, you know, he did his job fine and he was a spunk, young looking lad and everybody liked him. He could talk to people and he was a great person to hang out. But the problem was that he was very clumsy. And one day as he was doing the final checks around in the factory before they closed for the night, he lost his footing and slipped into a large tank of very high-powered bleach. Luckily, you know, he managed to get out because, you know, HR was quite impressive in that factory. But unfortunately, the result of him falling into that tub of bleach caused all of his hair to turn white. Not to mention that the bleach got to him just a little bit too hard in some places and not only turned all of his hair white, but in fact, he lost quite a bit of hair up around this area. And since he was, you know, one of those fine young lads who didn't want to, you know, show his bald spot to the rest of his fellow employees and the rest of his world, he went home quickly and grabbed the first mask that he found and slapped it on his forehead, right where the bald spot was, and now we have the anime man today. Turn that into an anime, bitch! You like being alone? No, I'm very lonely. Please comfort me. What are you, a man? Or a schnitzel? This sentence is a lie. Alright, let's move on to the YouTube comments. I'm going to prom with a balloon with Saitama's face drawn on it. Should I bring protection? Bro, bring multiple layers of protection because the amount of puss you're going to receive is going to be... What is your favorite romance movie you've ever seen? Twilight. I'm just kidding, it's The Notebook. Would you go to the nearest pharmacy, buy this thing called Viagra, because it'll help you go fuck yourself? Oh, are you saying that because you think my penis is long enough for me to fuck myself with? I'm gonna take that as a compliment, thank you, bro. If your waifu came to life, what would you do? Fuck her. What else would you do? What superpower did you want to have as a child? I think it's because I grew up in that generation, but I wanted to be a fucking Super Saiyan, man. Like, if I could shoot a Kamehameha, my childhood dreams would come true. You inspired me to be a YouTuber. Oh, thanks, man. I thought to myself, if this baka can do it, so can I. Thanks, man. What's the anime genre you dislike the most? I'm gonna have to say either shonen ai or shoujo ai, and hear me out. It's not that I don't like the genre because I don't like those kinds of yaoi or yuri kind of stories. I'm not that fucking close-minded. I don't like the shonen ai or shoujo ai genres because all of the anime that I have seen within those genres are just fucking boring. Usually with those kinds of shows, it starts off with either two girls or two guys loving each other. Obviously, everybody knows that except for them. And through all sorts of drama and human drama between those two and other side characters, they slowly start to develop this romantic relationship. But 9 times out of 10, those kinds of series end up exactly the way that they started. They start with either two guys and two girls falling in love with each other, slowly getting closer, and then by the end of it, they're at this exact same distance apart as they were at the beginning of the series. And I'm just sitting there at the end of 12 to 24 episodes thinking, what was the point? Why haven't you already banged Shine? Who says I haven't? How do I raise a baby? Please help, I'm asking for a friend. What you have to do is you have to hold the baby, usually underneath the armpits just for leverage sake, and then slowly raise the baby up. I can never tell when you're being sarcastic. There are 2 types of people in the world. Those that can understand sarcasm, and you. All my friends don't like anime and think I'm weird for watching it. Any advice about my problem? Yeah, here's some advice. Fuck 'em. Joey, are you secretly a girl? Because I swear I'm a lesbian, but I love you. What I love about this is that before you start to question whether you're a lesbian, you start to question whether I'm a girl. Usually it's the other way around, buddy. Can you do the Stitch voice? Ohana means family. Family means nobody gets left behind. How do you feel now that you've been verified? No different, because other than it looking nicer, it doesn't do jack shit. Will you ever do a meetup in Japan? Maybe. I need to know how many of you guys are gonna be there first, if not any of you guys living in Japan. I need to know so I can prepare the robe. Oh. How do you ask a good question? I say start by asking a question that I can actually answer. Why are you a pineapple? Well, that's just fucking rude, isn't it? I am single. Help me to get a girlfriend. Welcome to the club, bro. Ding ding, all aboard the single train. Is this a good sponsor transition? Yeah, it'll do. This episode of Answer Me Senpai is sponsored by my good folks over at Nutaku.com with their free-to-play combat RPG game, Flower Knight Girls. Play as the Grandmaster of the Flower Knight Girls to help the Kingdom of Spring Garden fight against the insects that ravage the land. You can recruit and meet over 80 different Flower Knight Girls, each with their unique personalities and rarities, coupled with different kawaii aesthetics, weapons, and voices. God damn, the kawaii shit! Travel through the land using flashy combat and skills while collecting equipment and power-ups to make your Flower Knight Girls stronger. There are also daily and weekly quests and events where you can unlock some of the rarer Flower Knight Girls and get to know them just a little bit better with the romance and gifting mechanics. Ooh la la! I played around in this game myself and had all sorts of different fun with it. So if you like kawaii girls and or combat RPG style games, then make sure to check out Flower Knight Girls by clicking the link in the description below. Anyways guys, that's gonna do it for this episode of Answer Me Senpai. Thanks to all the people who asked questions, and if I didn't get to answer your question, then I might answer in the next episode. So if you'd like to ask me questions, make me do shit in front of camera for your entertainment, or just want to say stuff to me, then make sure to leave your questions over on Twitter using the hashtag AnswerMeSenpai, or leave them in the comment section of this video. But I suggest you follow me on Twitter because you'll have a better chance of getting your question answered, and also you'll be able to participate in future videos that I do a lot frequently on Twitter nowadays. So make sure to follow me on Twitter as well. Shameless self-promotion. Anyways guys, thanks for watching.